Sponsored by Degenerates. What's happening, people? You're tuning into Comedy by Coincidence. I think it's 166. We're doing something. It's your favorite comedy podcast you never heard of. What's happening, everybody? We're back in it. I'm joined, as always. Oh my God, he's sort of there. It's the man, the myth, the legend.
Here.
It's the Florida Panther. It's the Mormon Foreman. It's the Grill Master Sergeant. It's Ty Young, everybody.
What's up? How's it going?
And he's grilling. And it's your
And
boy,
I'm grilling.
Chris Davis, coming to you live from Davis Studios North. Still housing kitty refugees. Taking over the studio for sure. What's up? What are you up to over there?
Oh, dude, we're doing the weekly cookout. Just doing some wings, the standard wings, brats, and steaks. But then this week we got mango chili pork tenderloins on the grill.
Make it so you ain't got to cook when you get home. Oh, man, that's nice.
Exactly. It's the only way I get to the clubs, man. It's either that or starve. So
grab and go. You know, I'm with you.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. And a man who knows.
Trying to turn my mini fridge into a 7-Eleven. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Just wrapped burgers and hot dogs and tenderloins.
Exactly. So, I'll be in and out of the screen, and I'll show you guys the spread as it comes off the grill. Nobody wants to see undone meat, you know.
No, I think we do. I think we got to see the grill at least. You know what I mean?
You got to see the grill.
Give
all
us
right,
a good
all right.
flipperoni.
We'll flip this shit around. Got a wonderful hotel grill here. It's what I use for everything. Up top, we got 5 brats. Just keeping it real. And then underneath that, we got the pork tenderloins to absorb that broth juice, because a couple of them are squirters, just letting it fly loose.
Damn.
And then up front, we got a whole bunch of New Orleans spiced wings from the local Detweilers, which is my favorite grocery store of the moment.
Detweilers?
Detweilers.
How do you spell that?
A farmer's market.
Yeah, it's a nice little setup for a hotel. I've seen a lot worse, man. Nobody nodding off right next to you.
Yeah. And then I got the steaks over here. They're currently sitting in some salt,
They're
getting ready to go on the grill.
Hell yeah. Well, that's the Grill Master Sergeant over there, Ty Young. Live free Ty Young, everybody. If you want to do that, if you want to live like Ty, you got to get your cooking in on the weekends, bro. Way ahead of time.
It's the only time to do it.
It's beautiful.
I mean, so yeah. that's what the Grill Master's up to today. How is the hippie general, the Florida Volkswagen Meister, not Florida, sorry, Florida. Missouri Volkswagen Meister.
For legal purposes,
how's he doing
I've got
today?
to say I have never been to Florida above the age of 18. Carrying on. I'm doing okay. I'm a little sick today. You guys might hear it in my voice. I apologize if I sound like shit today. Got a little bit of something going on. I don't know. But no, I'm doing all right, man. It's been a low key kind of week, and you know what? I'd almost rather have a busy week so your brain doesn't spin. You know what I mean? Because the more downtime you got, the more time you'd be like, "Wow, I've done nothing with my life."
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel that. That's been this week for me.
And that's not true. That's just your brain being mean and shit. And you know what? If you're telling yourself that, I should try to feel better because, like, you're one of the busiest, most fucking productive, like, doing what he can for his dream fucking guy I know, man. And so I love about you. So.
But you can always do more. That's the problem. You can always do more.
Always do more. So, and when we live in a grind culture, a hustle culture, it's really we're programming ourselves to be like, oh, we have a minute off. I'm fucking it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going downhill.
But I mean, it's. I don't feel like feel like if I got a minute off, I'm like that. I think I got too much French in me, you know, because it's like a cultural thing where it's just like I got a minute off. Sweet, let's stare at some flowers for a second, you know.
Yeah, we are still very different people. Yeah. No, it's just the slow months for me, man. I mean, fuck, how much lawn and outdoor contract work can you really do when it's 20 degrees? I will say it's like 60 degrees here today, so when we're off the podcast, I'm getting outside. But
ooh, nice.
Yeah, trying to get some sunny D in me and try to feel better that way. But let's see what else we got going on. Crazy week in comedy? Not really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe considering I don't know.
Nah, it's a pretty light week. We do have one in memoriam to address, though.
Oh, shit.
Ken Flores recently died. Yeah, a 28-year-old comedian just started hitting the road. Really unfortunate. It seems like things are really about to take off for him. He's a New York comic. So,
who was it?
Ken Flores.
Ken Flores? Okay.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep.
Rip,
but
dude.
Other than that, comedy-wise, it's pretty a light week. You know, Valentine's Day is when all the lovey-dovey specials come out, and
we're going to see a surplus of female specials coming up here soon. Give it 2 weeks, you know. Then
exactly.
Cat Williams appeared on the Theo Vaughn podcast this past weekend, and that seemed to do crazy numbers and take people by storm. But I've also heard that people are kind of upset with Theo after the inauguration, and specifically with him performing at the inauguration. I didn't know he performed, but he's getting some backlash for that.
I mean,
I think that's regardless of what president, it's a big honor to be asked to even go, you know. But
just to be in the building, to get an invitation to be in the building, regardless of the president, that's a pretty cool thing, you know.
Yeah.
But also, it's like it's one of those. I'm sure Theo if he was performing, I'm sure they threw him a couple hundred, you know. At least flights there and back, so it's kind of one of those, like, you're getting your name out there to people that may have never even heard of stand-up comedy, you know. It's right. I think he's doing the art form a favor, personally.
And so the other little bit of news on Theo from the inauguration is apparently his chair collapsed on him, and he was pretty upset about that.
That's hilarious.
I wish I had video of it to share. But what else is going on in comedy this week, guys?
There's a football player, Antonio Brown, who is getting roasted for his comedic tweets on X, or so he says. So I don't want to read you 100% of them, but like the ones that are included in the article include him having quote tweeted a screenshot from Caitlin Clark with the caption "Cracker of the Day," blocked by Cousin It. There was another tweet. It reads almost like a haiku with how he's broken it down. Travis Kelce needs some black pussy, bro washed.
Antonio Brown also appeared on the Fighter and the Kid podcast this week, which was interesting to say the least as well.
It's drawn so much criticism, people have come to label AB as a misogynistic racist, but when we got him out at LAX this week, he told us everyone needs to chill.
Y'all need to chill. I can already hear. But whatever. I mean,
smokes and jokes, he said. Smokes and jokes.
I like that.
So once again, the sounds like the people who don't like jokes head is rearing up, ready to strike.
Yeah. Well,
even the categories.
I will say X was created just to be a shit show. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And never mind. I'm not gonna get political with it, but I mean, I like a good funny tweet. Shout out Antonio Brown. Do your thing, dog. We're gonna.
The other thing. Sorry.
We're gonna get mad at Antonio Brown for being racist.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna get mad at a black guy for being racist when literally, never mind. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
when literally we could get mad at anybody else for doing racist, heinous shit right now. You know, there's plenty of people to be actually upset with. Not an African American gentleman. You know, football player. Anyways, carrying on. I mean, we got Elon Musk doing the Heil Hitler at fucking inaugural speeches and shit. Come on, man. Let's get put your anger where it's supposed to go.
And then I also saw that apparently Madonna's starting to create a stand-up set. So I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't like that. Nobody will like that.
Why?
Why? Have you seen Madonna lately? It's had so much plastic surgery. She looks like an alien, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say she looks like a creature from Encounters of the Third Kind,
yes.
But it's I don't know. Like I think there's something there though. Like, you know, with how long she's been famous, like she's got to have some fascinating stories.
Absolutely.
You know?
And then I personally love band humor. I love band jokes, you know what I mean? Good drummer jokes, bassist jokes, you know? All that stuff. I bet Madonna's got some great band jokes, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
After 40 years in the music biz, sure.
I just don't want to counter out off of that, you know?
Yeah, I'll take it back. It might be pretty interesting. She might be the number one band humor comedian out there. Who knows? You know?
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those, like, I got to see what she puts out, you know? Because if it's legitimately funny, then I can forgive those conical boobs back in the 80s.
Yeah. Look, if it was 20 years ago, there was no way Ty Young could say, I wonder if Madonna would put out. But now that she's a comedian and she's like in her 60s, Ty, you better go find out if she'll put out. I think you got a chance.
Okay, but I have to wonder if, like, turning to comedy is becoming the new, like, podcast. Rock musician or pop musician's version of turning to country music. You know how it felt like
Pretty
every
much.
old rock star went to country after a little while? It feels like everyone and their grandmother is like, fuck it, I'm a comedian now.
Yeah.
Like T.I.
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
But here's the deal, though. It's just those people are just moving tickets. You know, that's why they're able to jump in and kind of be so successful at all the time. Is they got that name recognition that a lot of people, like the TikTok comedians of the day, they're getting the name recognition, but they have no comfortability on stage. So they're losing the crowd just as fast as they're gaining their crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And, it kind of sucks from the angle of, look, we're flooding the market with celebrities who didn't have to work, who aren't nearly as funny as these no-name comedians who've been working 10-plus years and could outdo anybody.
Exactly.
But to the pro of that, if we flood the market with really bad, famous comedians, it's going to lower the bar a lot on the jokes, at least, on what's actually funny. To that,
And that's kind of my problem about it. Is I don't want to see the bar lowered. The bar has been raised consistently for the last decade, just higher and higher, and it's been getting harder and harder to get an audience to laugh as they get smarter and smarter about what comedy is. And now you're going to flood the market with a whole bunch of people just doing middling sets with maybe a couple fascinating but not funny stories. It's like, I'm conflicted about it,
I would be too, but that's what I'm saying. Let that if that happens, let it happen, and then let them realize, oh, these celebrities suck dick. I gotta go to the undergrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to the open mics. I gotta hit the, So
exactly.
it'll make
the
real funny people actually stand out more, and there'll be a niche for it, sure, but it'll be what's the real desire. At least I hope so. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And it's since I've been in Tampa for 2-3 years doing stand-up now, I've noticed some reoccurring audience members who go specifically to find a comedian on the ground floor. Somebody that they could one day go to Amalie Arena and see them do a stand-up set there,
Yeah.
That's what people
I
are
saw this guy first, yeah.
Exactly. That's what they want. So it's kind of one of those, you're either going to find a comedian at an open mic struggling, nameless, until he gets like a competition or a chance on Kill Tony or something, or you're going to find him on TikTok when, they got a couple funny videos and you think they might have a stand-up set, but then you go to their set and they don't got anything,
Right. So God help us, How's the meat doing?
The meat's doing fine. Just pulled off the brats and the tenderloins.
All right.
Gotta let them chicken wings sit a little longer. Sorry, I'm also distracted.
No, it's
I think
okay.
I'm keeping it together.
I think so, except I think your camera froze, but it's all right. We can appreciate it. I mean, you froze at a good angle this time.
Yeah, and my mom always said you ain't pretty, so you might as well be handy.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay, your camera's back. Can we get a little flipperoni? I need to see this grill master do us
all right. Just give me a second. Right now, I'm massaging my steaks.
Oh yeah.
Got to pat them
Can
down.
you do
get
that
them
on
juices
YouTube?
Off. All right.
We need to get you a camera tripod, a phone tripod. Ooh, oof! Look at that.
So right here, we got our wonderful little brats. Perfectly golden brown and all that.
Yo, that looks good.
And then underneath it, I gotta seal these up because there are some random raccoons that like to try and steal the food on
I
occasion.
understand. Hey, it's Florida, dude. Speaking of Florida,
And then here we got the mango chili pork tenderloins.
Nice, dude.
In all of their glory.
God, fuck yeah.
So yeah, we good this week. This is a good week.
Hell yeah.
And then over there you got these big ass top round tenderloins, steaks that are just salting and waiting to go on.
Damn, dude. You look like you're about to go on a carnivore diet.
Just a bit, yeah, just a bit.
So
It's,
okay, how Rogan?
drastic measures needed.
Well, amazing. I'm trying to think of what else is noteworthy in comedy this week. Anthony Cumia and Jim Norton were reunited on Legion of Skanks on Friday or Wednesday, I guess. That was pretty fun.
Ooh, I thought they hated each other.
That's what you'd think. Now, Opie hates both of them, but Jim Norton and Anthony Cumia on good terms, apparently. Fun
Interesting.
episode.
All right.
Fun episode. What else do I know? That's about all I got on the comedy news front. It's been kind of slow this week as far as comedy is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I guess tickets for Skankfest New Orleans went on sale on the 29th, so there's that. But
Ooh, I gotta look at that.
you should look at
See
that,
what I
'cause
can
at
get.
least that's closer to you this year. You know what I mean? And I honestly should look because New Orleans, that's might be less of a drive than a flight. You know what I mean? Might be worth driving
Yeah.
instead of catching a flight out of there. But
I mean, it's one of those. I think you and I are equal driving distance away. You know.
be a fun one. It would be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
I just gotta check the dates, make sure I'm not sitting in Beijing. So
absolutely. Sounds like it's in November of 2025 though. Like they put it late to miss hurricane season if it's going to be in NOLA. You know. So,
mm-hmm. Which smart move, honestly.
yeah, I'm with that. I'm here for it. What else?
Plus,
we got?
I like the fact that they're leaving Vegas because a whole week in Vegas that really causes the shine to go away.
Oh, I'd love that. I wish I could have gone just 1 year while they were in Vegas, but whatever. I imagine they'll do it again sometime.
Oh yeah,
That would be a trip. But yeah, and if they're having all the after parties at strip clubs, come on, what are we doing here? That sounds like a great time.
yeah. It sounds like a great time, but like a waste at the same time.
Yeah, you don't want to go see Joe DeRosa get taken by two Puerto Rican strippers, taken for all.
I would love to see that, but at the same time, it's like once I found that like after the first hour in a strip club, my mind starts going to, man, these are people's kids. This is
absolutely.
Like, this is not right.
Absolutely.
What are we doing here?
See, you're not a terrible person. Just sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes. I would say I'm a good 80-20. You know what I mean? Like ground beef, in between the good and the bad.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Like a good ground beef. I'm with you.
Like a good ground beef. 80-20. 80% bad, 20% good. That's what I am.
I think it's your week for Savage of the Week this week specifically.
My week for Savage of the Week? Well, Savage of the Week for me this week, honestly, I'm going to have to go with your boy Elon. Yeah, that's
it's not
right.
a great look for us, dog.
No, just look at the aftermath between the Hitler salute and everything. Who else just lets that roll off their back? You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty savage move to pull out the ye olde Hitler and essentially almost get away with it.
Get him, Dr.
Like, whoa. I know Dr. Evil's steaming right now.
This isn't a great look for you, Chief.
No, it's not a great look. I'm just joking around. He's not the actual Savage. I just wanted to see what you guys would say.
Who just takes it in the bag like that?
No, Savage of the Week. This week, it's been kind of a multi-week thing that we've been running, but once again, I'm going to put it out to the firefighters out in L.A. Because as I understand it, those fires expanded once again. So kind of one of those. I want them guys to be safe and try and protect the last hidden bastion of debauchery that the United States has.
Oh, there's more than just L.A., but that's a certain type of, like, a Tim Dillon debauchery, where just money and bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And it's mainly like it's kind of this week. I kind of want to. Those guys, they're like important and all that out in L.A., but I can't speak enough to just firefighters all across America.
Yeah.
I get it in small towns. You think they're just sitting there waiting for a cat, but really they're just waiting for your grandma to fuck up, and they're gonna go save your grandma. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of out to all the firefighters out there. It's kind of a savage job. I can never do it. To step into a fire and willingly let yourself be slow roasted, that's some balls, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is some balls. So shout out to any firefighters out there. I had a firefighter who was my little league baseball coach who was the shit. So shout out Patrick Matthew out there. I also had a buddy in grade school who was not the greatest of kids. You know what I mean? I don't really want to say his name after saying that, but went on, like, I thought we stopped hanging out because I was a degenerate. He seemed like he was 10 times a degenerate than I was, and, like, had the money to get into a lot more trouble than I ever could get into. And I found out just like a year or two ago that he became a firefighter and then passed away in a fire here in St. Louis, like probably 4 years ago now. So I was like, shout out that guy. Shout out to all you firefighters out there literally taking risks, and that is it's a real deal possibility on the daily for these guys. And that buddy of mine who
I like to call that it falls under the category of a real man job.
Yeah.
Like not to say only men can do it, but the fact that, there's an inherent risk of death and you have the balls to still go do it.
Absolutely. Not something we see too much in society these days, So,
exactly.
Shout out my buddy Keith, and shout out all the firefighters out there, my old coach Patrick. Y'all rock, Thank you for your service. God bless everybody in the LA fires and dealing with that and helping with it, or dealing with it, right? So let's see. One thing I didn't have on my 2025 bingo card is apparently Bill Burr and Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins are brothers.
They're brothers?
They're brothers.
Shout out to their dad for naming them the same name.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that? Bill and Bill.
So I'm like, they look the same brothers, or they're like one of them married each other's sister? Like, I'm confused.
No,
like, how are they brothers?
They're half brothers. They have the same dad.
Oh, well, it just proves fun dads make great performers. You know what I mean?
I said about the same thing earlier. I was like, what kind of trauma was going on in that household that they had two famous kids?
Right. Oh my god. But
the secret sauce every dad would want to know right now.
Neglect?
How to have your kid legitimately be famous and not in OnlyFans.
Right.
I need to go back and rewatch F is for Family now for context.
Yeah, because isn't that about Bill Burr's dad or whatever?
I thought so.
Yeah.
It might make a few things make a mite more sense.
We're gonna need another season out of that. Now.
Another season featuring Billy Corgan playing drums in the garage.
Across town. Yeah.
Well, and like wasn't he saying something earlier about the only instrument he played in Billy's household was the guitar, and the only one he didn't play in Bill's was the guitar because of his fingers?
That's so weird. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but also, why would you think it's the same person if it's like, nah, there's no overlap musically?
Yeah. Oh, that's so weird. And also, okay, you're that dad. You're seeing both of your sons that don't know each other getting famous. You're like,
You want to take credit so bad.
they're completely different atmospheres of entertainment. They'll never.
You know what I would do? If
What?
I was a dad and I saw my two sons getting like really famous and succeeding, immediately to the sperm bank. You know, just spreading the good seed around the world. That's what I would do.
I'm gonna have to ask you to speak into the mic when you heat that fire.
Okay.
No more keeping this funny quip to myself. You gotta let the world know, dog.
But I like my secrets.
Well, you keep them, I guess. I don't know.
Keep your secrets, then.
Come here.
Alrighty. So, sounds like it was a light week on both of our ends. You know, I tried to get to an open mic, and I got there too late. So, yeah. It's one of those, the timing of everything I had to do, it just didn't work out. I apparently showed up like I was within 5 minutes of being the last person on the stage. But I didn't make it.
Sorry, buddy. Well, there's always next week, and that's why we're barbecuing today.
Exactly. You know, I got a full slate this week, I think. Today I'm going to go up to Tidal Brewing. It's kind of northern Tampa.
Yeah.
In the Largo area, I think. So go up there and try and get on there. And then, you know, the rest of the week is the Standard, the Gimmick, and, you know, Sunshine Comedy Club and a whole bunch of other places.
Well, have a good week. Try to get that median number up. I have a couple of rehearsals to get in. We're trying to get some band picks today if I'm not too fucking sick. And
Nice.
Oh, we got Betty's Promise on Instagram and a fucking email now. So if you guys need to get a hold of us for absolutely no reason, Betty's Promise Band at gmail.com. You know, holler. If you have a venue you want us to play at. That ain't going to happen for a long time, but we do have an Instagram if you guys want to follow us and see our progress as we move along. Did you see I made an Instagram post on the Comedy by Coincidence? I bet you won't do one before me. Next. I bet you won't.
I bet I won't.
I bet you won't.
I'll take those odds.
He's like, I'm on the Instagram right now.
But that's all I got, guys. Go follow Comedy by Coincidence on Instagram. Follow Betty's Promise on all things. You know, what every band says, big things coming soon.
So good.
So.
Nice.
All right, guys. That's all for today. We'll keep it nice and short, and we'll come back with some better stuff next week. Thanks for being here. Thanks for grilling with us, Mr. Master Chef Ty. Have a wonderful
Hold on.
week. What?
One last update. I think these wings are fucking done, man.
Yeah, we need a flipperoni here.
Oh, buddy.
Ooh, looks good.
Yeah.
Those look good.
Think we're gonna eat well today.
Hell yeah, dude. God bless you, Hotel Grill.
God bless the Hotel Grill.
You did your job, and so did we. We love you guys. We'll be back next week. Mad love and respect. Tell your friends.